as you can see, different thing I go on. There. You know what I mean? Everything blessed on. Respect DK. Yeah, man. Respect to the guests. So we're gonna get into that and that. You know what I mean? But yeah, before I even get in. So yeah. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's had a blessed week. And them things there. The weather's gone back to normality. Again. The weather does, you know what I'm saying, people? The weather does mad. But yeah, man. But besides that, hope everyone's been doing what they've been doing, enjoying the good weather while it lasts. But also don't forget, people, to do the most important thing. Like and subscribe to the channel, the UK Rap Podcast channel on YouTube. And also don't forget to go onto Instagram and follow the page on like, share as well on that as well. And you can catch all previous episodes on the YouTube channel as well, and also some old content on the Spotify.
Yeah.
On the Spotify thing. Yeah, sir. So, yeah, man. It's your boy Cage, host Cage, DJ Cage, alongside co-host DK/DJ Diamond.
We're in the building.
We're in the building. We're there in the cut. We're hard in the paint. Yeah, new season. We told you, lot. New season, new guests, new content. And it's a very serious time. But besides that, though, man, and I'm saying it's a serious time, we got a serious guest. A guest where this time, it wasn't the people what come to man about this one. This time, it was a guest where I shouted Killy DK, had a little, you know, and said, yeah, the right man to bring in. And also, the last episode, what we done, you got to see this Sunday. Obviously, man talked about the Rasta culture and that. So it just fits in so perfect. Like wicked and bad, trust me. So yeah, we got a big guest in the building. A man that I known from young, knee high. A lot of us as well. Yeah, from my era, my generation as well, and older as well, you know, the ones above as well. You lot can definitely vouch for it as well. A man was been in the black community for years upon years, and he's still here. Yeah, I can say he's I don't even want to say the word veteran, because them words they just sound too old. You know what I'm saying? I call this one a pioneer. He's a legend as well. He's a man what deserves his flowers for real. We got big guests in the building. We got man like Culture in the building on the UK Rap Podcast show. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes, man. It's an honor.
Yeah, know? Man. It's an honor for you to be here as well, big man.
Trust me.
You know what I mean?
But it's an honor in the respect of acknowledgement for the younger ones. Me say I grew up. And even though we're doing our things, you don't see me, I don't see you. And here we are.
I see it there. So, yeah, man. So, like I said, people got Culture Lee. Played a big, when I mean a massive, not just a small, a big part in the black community, in the whole Rasta culture, Rastafari. You know, hey, we're gonna get into the thing. You know what I mean? Over hills and valleys. Hey, don't ramp with we today. Trust me, it's a serious episode for the people them, and also for the new gen as well. This is a good one for you lot. In the sense as like. We're gonna get into it, but you lot have never experienced this before, type of thing. As real as that still, yeah, you haven't experienced the Rasta culture and certain little things in life, and you know what I mean. So it's good to get the knowledge and the wisdom from the man himself, Culture. So, but before we even get into some deeper things, I'm gonna let DK do his part.
Yeah, like how we usually start, we like to take it back from the beginning, like where was he born, how you grew up and that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, everybody know me as Culture because that's my Rastafarian name. Reborn, long time. But my real name is Leroy Wilfred Fable.
Okay.
I was born in 1959, 27th of April. My mother tell me, say, back the 1959 babies, and it's funny because I told the same story today again. The 1959 babies, at the time, in the hospital, there was not enough beds to
have birth to the mothers, so we had to. So people were born in Cirencester, so I'm one of them. I was born in Cirencester. It's so weird, but how it is, because I met Adam today. You know Adam? Adam from the Trust.
Not even sure if I know him.
But anyway, he told me he comes from Cirencester, so he couldn't believe it when I told him that I come from Cirencester. I was just born there.
Yeah.
Glastonbury areas all day long. You know what I mean? But I've met other people of colour who's the same thing happened to them. That's why they were born there too, because there was a shortage of beds.
Something you didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So what year was that?
1959. And before, me don't say me chug it up, because my mother tell me a story, say, when she was having me 9 months, not 8 months or 8 months and then you're off work, isn't it?
Yeah.
But them days is 9 months, she still, I take potato bags off a lorry into a factory, yeah? And it's 9 months. And where it is where the other radio station is. Where that garden is, that's where the warehouse used to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's all about history. Yeah. So me know why me come strong. Because she never had me before time. She had me half the time. You understand?
For real.
Yeah.
Yes, man. 9 months.
So what school? So growing up then, what school did you go to?
Well, I went to it's all about history still. But,
And what was school like as well?
Yeah.
right. I went to Haverley Infant School down Haverley Road. That was the first school I went to. Then I went to St. James School. And then I got expelled from that school. And then I ended up going to Widden Street School. Then I fitted in right through my years. And then I went to Haverley Old Boys School. And then it changed to Oxtals when we were ready to leave.
Right.
Okay.
So that's my history of the thing. But the story goes like this. It's a shame I didn't bring my portfolio up. One time I'll try to send it to you. Is a quote. But when I got expelled from school, it was Clayton Gardner, Russell Adamson, some of my good friends. We just come off the phone with Russell because he lives in Finland. So we had a good talk. But those days, you used to have a caretaker, and he used to tease us with the dog outside, like Alsatian dogs, because it's not like the days you have all these bull terrier and this breed dog and all them something right? But 3 years blacks, we were scared of the Alsatian dog. Scared. So we used to tease us with it, and he used to say, go and get them WOG, you know what I talk about, words, racist words against us. And, they're going on for months and months of teasing us and months and months. And then one time I just lost it and pick up one big rock store and do one liquidate. And basically, I got expelled from it. And it was very hard for me because at that time, when I got expelled, remember, this guy's been provoking us for a very, 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 very long time. But when you go back to your parents, you know what I mean? Number one is you're expelled from school. So in those days, it was shame on the family. Because what would happen if my mother see your mother? She said, my mother would have said, your mother would have said, how's his son getting on? Yeah, man, my son's getting on all right. In other words, they would lie because they couldn't bear the shame. Not like now, because remember, I teach children who's been kicked out of school. That's one of my jobs, vulnerable children, And they wear it like a badge. They wear it like say, is a Meldelian. Proud if you get expelled. You understand, Bridget? Them days wasn't pretty. So by getting expelled and all that stuff, it took me a year before any school would want me, which was Widden Street. But before that happened, one of the great things happened to me. I used to go to where Spar Road is, by the park. And because I wasn't going to school or nothing, I had this art therapy tutor take me on board because she consistently said me love my art. Because remember, my first love is an artist. That's my first thing, Virgin. Right, so therefore, she used to bring me in there and nurture me with the art styles and certain things. And then, of course, within a year, then I got to Widden Street School. But before that, we get beat. Hey, listen, you get beaten for a year for that, Virgin, because you can imagine your father. I love my father. I mean, not putting no disgrace because I saw it was the times, But you come up for a walk, you disgust me. But you expect from school, and you might get a little clap, this or. But it's just the way it was, you see?
Yeah.
I remember I was provoked. I didn't come and ask so they could come choose stone after
Yeah.
you. Yes? Because I didn't, you know what I mean? You have to respect elderly people
Of
anyway
course,
those
of
days.
course.
Right? So anyway, so then we go out Widden, me sail through that basically because there's enough black kids there. The whole highway did there. You see? So I fitted in quite quickly. And there's bad boy there. He said, me want to go like bad boy. Then don't do it because it's bigger boys. You know what I mean? So I fitted in quite well in Widden. After that, I left there. We went to Haverley Old Boys. And yes, you have fight with people. As you come to school the first day, you have fight because of racist taunts. All the time.
So the racism was heavy back then.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Listen.
Disgusting.
It was hard heavy. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, and you have to remember the SUS law and all these things was going on. You know what I mean? We got arrested for things we didn't even do.
Of course.
Me and for your father. So, it's all these things, what, you know, we had to go through as we was going through. But when I went to the senior level, when I turned about 15, I love my art. I love my metal work, work at school. I love my art. I love sports when I was a kid, and things like that, rugby and football and all that, So after a while, and I liked history because I always wanted to know how on earth do we fit into all this anyway. So when I turned nearly 15. Me start have head on my shoulder. So when they went into school to talk about England conquered here, conquered there, conquered everywhere, and also talk about the hit that thing and all that, then I put my hand up. Please, sir, these are true stories I'm telling you, right? Somehow I'm gonna write a book sometime. Anyway, please, sir, what about our culture? And he told me, and the teacher was called Mr. Abraham. We're not there to shame him, because we love him, because here I am. But at the same time, he told me that you blacks all you're good for is just to be on a slave plantation. That was the only thing. Yeah, no, this is serious stuff, right? So then after that, remember, they said after that, I tried to take my life. That's what I mean, just soul yourself, right? So what happened was, every day, before this incident happened, every day you have fight people, you go from your house to school, and from school to house, and inside school. Yeah, to the racist thing. You understand? Yes. First day. So
struggle back then.
Must be a lot of pressure.
And sometimes you get beaten from your parents and all
that.
So it's like you're a battering ram.
Yeah.
And you're not getting nowhere.
You have to be tough back then, you know.
It's not a happy life. So when that teacher told me that good for us to be slaves on a plantation, at that time in my head I just think, well, if we've not contributed anything, why on earth am I living? And I just went into this fit, this temper. Certain man can't tell you the story now. Witness it. Yeah, some of my brothers can't tell you that story. So at the time, I tried to jump out of a 3-story window.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I fit. It's like your tears, you kick out, you want to lick, it's like you're over. You have more power than normal. You understand? Because you're not fit. Yeah. So me try to jump out this window, Man, them I try to put me back, teacher have to come, jump in. And of course here I am.
Of course.
Yeah.
But then when that happened, something happened at the same time. Because Bob Marley brought the music over in 1973.
Right.
And it was 74, I think this happened when I was ready to try to take my life.
Right.
I'm 15 going 16 now after this ism and schism, But the beautiful thing for me is that I have a lovely sister from Jamaica.
Because I was just going to ask you as well, any siblings as well?
Yes, I have a sister from Jamaica. They call them the barrel children, and I'll tell you why later. Just remind me, right? But my sister used to live by Brixton, you see. So when me are 15, 16, and the Rasta thing, I come strong because remember Bob Marley came in 1973.
Right.
I leaving school in 1975.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So by 74 now, me I go and land down, figure by me new clothes and everything else. By time 16 come, me turn Rasta.
Yo, that must have been the vibe.
Right? So you could go down the line, you get everything you want. You understand?
Yeah, that must have been the
you
vibe.
Clothes, shoes,
Yeah.
you go get your hat. You get a Rasta man hat because it was Jewish people used to make them all hair hat them, and I just bought one, and then when we come back across the cost, if you go back to London, get me one, and that's how I started to go shopping. You understand?
Yeah.
Now I know where to get all these stuff from.
Yeah.
So when I was going there on that one street, you could get everything. So at the time, when I wanted to learn about my culture, I went into the English libraries.
Yeah, because I was just going to ask
and
you.
there was no books really referring to us, other than colonization people who written it. Yeah. Right. So therefore, going to Brixton on the line, I could go to black book shops. And my first book, when I thought sometimes, when you hear people about, I'm got anxiety and I got phobia and all that, we just had to get on with it. It's only when you look back you realize that. Because when I read the book of the great inventors, one of the first one I came across was a guy called Graham Garnett, right? And he's the guy who invented the traffic lights. But it was an English guy invented the train light, which was green and red. Something there. You understand? And then him coming, I look on it and say, boy, let's put the amber in between and use it, because he saw a lot of crashes. And that's why he realized that he could do something about it. And he's the same guy. That's why I say he's an African American, but I think he's one of my most famous inventors. Why? Because he also invented the gas mask. Because at the time when they had custard gas going on, he invented this charcoal thing where it's like a box thing, and then you put your gas mask on, and you would sit and you could breathe in it in a situation. So he made those two inventions. So when I read them things, tears come to my eyes, thinking, my gosh, look how me I find all this information when my teacher come tell me, he said. Right. So then when I went back, so when that happened to me, this is after school now, I always, and I'm always proud to tell you this, I was probably about 17, and I said, well, if the teacher tell me, say, we haven't done nothing, we're not contributed nothing, I'm going to have to be a crusader for my culture. I remember saying that when I was 17. Sometimes I cry when I say it. Even now, because I remember, when you remember you said something all them years, I know and it materialized. Okay. So, so therefore, that's how the thing gone. And then going to London every maybe 3, 4, 5 months, buying books, studying African culture at the same time, African art at the same time, go to the museums, learn about because a lot of looting has been going on in our history, and it's all in these museums.
So you see, when you was doing all of this, going to London, doing your researching about Black history and the Black African culture, where was there how can I explain this? You see, the black culture in the UK. What was the normal average black guys doing?
Right. Well, yeah, you're right, because I know that many are called, a few are chosen. But you have to remember,
because it wasn't
when I was
everyone.
studying black culture, most of the people never know nothing about their culture.
All right, then.
They didn't even know. I used to have.
That's what I was trying to get
Jamaican used to say, that how them Africa met these people, put them in a slavery, and I used to laugh at it. This is my generation, yes. No, but then when them never really know what I go on, I was studying, so I knew. But what put the lid on it was Roots, the actual program. When Roots came out, that became the biggest ever black explosion for people to understand where now they're coming from. Because Jamaican people always said, "Me if you go Africa."
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
And they identify with it, but we don't blame them, because, like I said, brainwashing has been going on for a very long time. Yeah, right through the ages of it. Yeah. But to come back to finish off my story, when I was a 10-year-old boy, I got expelled. 2006, like I said, I would try to send it to you. 2006, I went to a school in St. Matthew's School in Stroud. And remember, this is 30 odd years later. Yes? Okay. That time, my career in education is just going everywhere. You know what I mean? Internationally, my work is. So when we got to this school now, the teacher said to me, so what's your name then? I said, my name culturally, sir. I said, what's your real name? You mean AKA? Because I don't really like to use that name, my real name, because I have my reason through my history and my studying, and I know why I don't use my name, because we're reborn. When you find a new name, it's reborn. Not everybody suits everybody, but it suits me, you see? So anyway, because, when you create a name like Culture or Culture Lee, it's because my real name is Leroy Wilfred Fable. But how I came to it, I thought to myself, well, I got to keep the Lee. Yeah, I got to keep the Lee, because in my family we have Limar, Limar, and we have Lee Dan. We have a lot of Lee. In my bar name, I'm a Lee, and I hate. You see? So, but at the same time, Culture is a man who's got a lot of knowledge of many cultures. It's not just about his own. He can cross over borders and understand other people's cultures, because there's been a lot of studies been going on all through my life to this day researching. So when I went to that school, 2006, the man asked me, what's my name? I said, my name is Leroy Wilfred Fable. But when me a youth, me not tell nobody me middle name Wilfred. Was otherwise you know that bully and take me out of me. But it's only when me tell big man now, me probably that name, because it's one of my grandfathers from Jamaica. You see?
Yeah.
Old school name there.
Right. But then he said to me, what's your name again? I said, my name's Leroy Wilfred Fable. I said, weird. This man here deaf. He says, could you just tell me that name one more time? I said, my name is Leroy Wilfred Fable. And then the man said, my gosh, it's you. I remember expelling from St. James School when me I tell you the story when I was a 10-year-old old. Now, he expelled me in a bedroom. I've now been contracted to go to that school for 5 days. Yeah? And when me left there, so I was like, me move a mountain.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah? Because we got it for the whole week. Went for the whole week, done drumming, done art, done this, done that, done all this sorts of stuff with the kids, and they loved it. I remember the whole school get me. You see, the whole school got me for that week. So anyway, on the Friday, they had assembly to finish it off, because it's a finale now, yeah? Okay. And when they had the finale, the teacher said, because what I was doing, because all through the week, I am training them to do drumming and certain drama things, and then they're going to show it at the end of the week. At the end of the week, a presentation.
Yeah.
You see, that's what I do. Yeah, it's not all about me, but you train them. Anyway, so the teacher said, oh, culturally, we've got a surprise for you. I said, oh, is it? Next minute, no. 8 kids stood up, yeah? I remember, before that time, I didn't even know what emotions was, because everything I've gone through in my life, you have to hold it back and I show everything where you defend. You understand? I didn't know what my own emotions was. That was the day. So these boys stood up and said, we've got a poem about you. I said, me? I said, yeah, man, it's called Culture Lee. And you know what? It's a shame I didn't bring the poem. I'm going to have to put it on my phone in the future. But that poem it really summed me up in such a great way. I don't remember all of it because it's that powerful, because it was so emotional at the time. It's one of those ones I have to, when I do poetry as a performer, I don't use no paperwork. But that one, because it's emotional attachment, you understand? Yeah, but it starts off like, this is a poem entitled Culture Lee. Here comes a word man. His name is Culture Lee. Big hat, big boots, and he dresses very colourfully. And him tall like the mango tree. What I'm trying to tell you guys, every line these kids written, each line was done in patois. Blew me away.
Of course.
Patois. And then I don't remember all of it, but at the end of it, I do remember where it says, thank you for all the stories and thank you for all the fun. Culture Lee. Education's the key to set me free to who I really want to be. You know what I mean? So, and they just put this thing together, man. When they finish now, my legs like a wobble. Because, I can't hold up myself because I can't believe all this.
All those years back and look where you are now.
The situation. Because, you have to remember, when I turned 60, I looked at myself and I looked back like this, as a spiritual thing. Look back and think, that was a long slug, man. That was a long slug to get this far.
So,
therefore, when I finished doing it, the teacher come up to me. I remember in those days they call you by your last name because when I'm a teacher now, you have to call the kids then by their first name.
Okay.
So my last name is Fable. So the head teacher expelled me from all them time. They come up and shake my hand, and say, hey, Fable, you haven't come out bad after all. But guess what? No. Right? When he said that, read through the lines. He said, you haven't come out bad after all. In other words, when he said he didn't come out bad after all, he expect me not in a prison. He said, you didn't come out bad after all.
Okay.
Read in between the lines. So him expect me to turn bad boy and all that, and gangster, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
He can't believe, say, me, I come and feed him school.
Back here after all those years.
Because he look for me a bad boy, could be throw a stone after the caretaker. You understand? So, anyway, he shook my hand and said, hey, Fable, you haven't done bad after all. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So after that, now, when we go outside now, me drop down. My legs then just, I couldn't hold up. I dropped down and I look up to the sky. Cause remember, I've lost my mother and my father for a very long time. I lost my father when I was 17, so it's tough for me. Yeah, in 1978, I lost my father.
Right.
Understand? So that's a long time. So me didn't know, just bow down on the floor. Me have a driver come to pick up all my equipment and bring me home. But me I wait. But outside now, me just drop on the floor and punch up with tears in my eyes and I go so. And I say, Mom, Dad, I hope you're up there somewhere. Yes, I have turned my life around. Yes, I am making something of it. You see, because obviously being Rasta 16 is a lot of, they call it black sheep, but we don't like that word anyway.
Especially being Rasta 16, a lot of trials and tribulations,
massive,
obviously I can imagine there must have been a lot of fight as well.
But what I'm trying to say, to finish off that story, after when that happened, because remember, my parents wasn't there to share that with me.
Yeah.
Could you imagine telling them that story when they come home from school? Wow. I'd be in tears hugging them up.
Of course.
And they would be thinking, boy, I'd be proud of you. I never got that chance. You understand, Richard? So, but why it was so good for me, because one, it gave me closure. Because, you get beaten for something where these people provoked you. Yes? And it's months and months, we don't say nothing. Months and months, silence is violence. Months and months, we not do nothing. And we lose a gasket, and we just go, see red and that's it. You know what I mean? That was the way it was, because I had a high temper as well, mine. After that, I had a high temper. I had to take tablets for my temper, because I would just cut just like that. If it beat down on people. You couldn't finish off that N-word with me. I was just rough. Because, I'm born here. So, at the end of the day, I not ask nobody, to accept me, but you don't need to call me any names, because I'm human like you. But that's how it was, But that gave me closure, and also it gave me, wow, I found my emotions. I can actually sometimes cry, because we were hard boys growing up. It's a weakness to cry.
Yeah, I was saying this as well, like on a previous episode that I've done as well, talking about it's okay for men to cry.
Yes.
Especially black men as well.
Yes.
It's like we've got this thing like, we shouldn't cry. We shouldn't.
Yes.
The battery did die, innit?
Oh, the battery died in the camera.
Yeah, if I didn't say that, I'm trying to find him quick, but just keep it rolling. To get a next battery.
Oh, just keep going.
Yeah.
Should we keep going?
What I'll do, I'll put something in place.
Like a picture.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So as I was saying on the previous episode, I was saying about it's okay for men to cry and for black men to show their emotions as well.
Yes, I agree. But what it is, Rasta thing now, the strength is like this. It's like, I've seen it in Rasta proper gatherings, like we've lost somebody dear to our hearts. And we have to go to a big gathering. I talk about down there, I talk like Burnham, where you have like all 8-year-old Rastafarians.
Well, I don't even want to cut you still. You, of course I know you know him. Ras
Back in?
I've got the right name. Ras Bendelli.
Yes.
From Bristol.
Yes.
Rasta. And usually do all them convention thing up above.
Yes.
That's my brother's granddad.
Yeah, me know.
All right.
Me know I am good,
Yeah, so me know that.
Because him know where I come from.
Me know the
thing. Like I said
yeah.
to you, my career started off really strong
Ras
in Bristol
Bendelli.
before.
Big
Yeah, we do things in Gloucester. But as time go on,
if it's spread out.
I'm more spread out.
We're back on.
Yeah.
I'm more spread out, and Rupert's doing the stuff here.
Okay.
But I'm out of town now, getting all the acknowledgement.
Yeah, man.
In your own town. You understand?
So, from my knowledge, big man, what year did you first started to take, obviously like you said, the whole arts and craft
Right.
and talk about where was that place what you had up by
What a vision.
what was the place?
What a vision.
What was the
Two of
place?
them,
you had-
still a couple of them.
Yeah, but what was the
shop them?
Akoma.
not Colwell? I'm talking about.
Akoma, which is
You know where
Charles
As
Street.
you know
Yeah,
Street,
yeah,
and
yeah.
people
Where the car
everything-
park used to be.
I'm
As the car
talking. You
park.
see where As the car
Yeah,
park
yeah,
is
yeah,
now.
yeah. Where the tires used to be. Mm.
I can tell you a lot of history about that. A lot of history. Especially remember
I
your
think.
good friend Crucial. Remember we two.
I think.
That's like
Okay.
Crucial.
I think. My first Black Bart Simpson.
Oh, wait, all them things. Maybe to do drawing them. Maybe to do drawing
Come
them.
on, man. That was my first.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
yeah.
first place I
Let
got.
me start crying.
I forgot about all them things. Yeah,
Ras,
yeah,
I
yeah,
swear.
yeah. Rasta Bart Simpson and
Ras.
that thing there.
Sometimes you don't.
I
people say
swear.
to me,
I remember
in my lifetime.
my brother. You remember?
Yeah,
that- my
yeah, yeah,
brother.
yeah,
No, but it's
yeah,
good
yeah.
to say that
I
because
remember
people
you're
say
the
to me,
first place I
culture.
got my Black Bart Simpson
Okay.
picture. Yeah, and Homer and everything
yeah, all
that's
of
black.
them.
The
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
Simpsons is black. Yeah.
No, but me like what you said because you know when we got that building before Rupert saw it, I went to see the landlord and seen it. And as soon as I saw it, I saw the vision what I wanted it to be. And so, boy, did I do it. You know what I mean? Didn't I? It
What year?
happened.
What year was this?
This was in the 90s.
Mid 90s.
No, probably late 90s.
Late 90s. We took in 96,
97, 98 maybe.
and that's good. You know what as well. And
Right to 2004 or something like that.
right, so you see that
That's
place.
why we wrote it up. That's
Yeah,
why,
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why we had to go.
Right. And I think around those times when that was there, I
Yeah.
think that was kind of like the end era for Barton Fair.
Yes,
Kind of,
that's
yeah,
part
yeah,
of that.
kind of, yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah. Them times,
And I
yeah.
think also when you had that place there, I think that also brought a lot of black kids what didn't know other black kids.
Yeah, bringing people together. That's
Like,
what
oh
I
yeah,
do.
yeah, oh okay, you know,
Yeah.
instead
Yeah,
of like the
cons- you know,
social. I mean,
once you've learned your
instead of like the
culture-
so-called, like youth clubs and that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
So yeah. So carry on.
Once
So
you
carry
learn
on.
your culture, because like I said, I didn't name myself. Some people like people I name. Yeah, like you have Cage and certain things like that. But I united myself because I wanted to renew myself and be the person I want to be. And my culture is everything. You understand? So therefore, I've had people out in the street say to me, Culture, don't underestimate what you've done for your community. But sometimes you don't think that.
You've
So
done
when you
a
guys
lot.
are telling me this now, it makes me more and more.
You've done a
Yeah,
lot.
you've done loads, you've done loads.
No,
You see what I
right.
mean? Because
True, you don't know. You've done a lot. You've done a
just
lot.
get on with it. Yeah,
You've
we've
done
done
a
a
lot.
lot. But
Flowers, well deserved, man.
how I really started was my son Daniel.
Big him up. Big him
Yes,
up.
big him up every time because he's into his music. He's building this shed with a studio, everything, soundproof. You know what it got. Yeah, same thing. But yeah, so when I was living, when my baby mother, when me and her rising our love, because we don't call it falling in love. You only fall in love with people when they don't want to talk to them again. When me and her still tight, even though she's got her own relationship and so on.
Yeah,
and so on.
yeah, man.
So when we had my son and all that, I was living in Swindon, but at that time I was missing Gloucester bad because that time Ebony was going on with Rupert and everything, so things was really happening for us. So, but when I was there, I would use my flat as an art studio to paint coconut badges and Ludo boards. So when I go to the Ebony, that's how we make my money as a hustler.
Right.
Yeah? So I could have like 200 badge on a big sponge, and I'd wait outside. I said, culture badge, £1, £1. Yes, made by me, culturally, yes. Set you free. Come your family lyrics, forget that money out of people's pocket. Yeah, it was that kind of way of dealing with things. Anyway, so I had a friend, a brethren. He was a teacher, but he's very poorly now. And he was a Rasta man, long beard, yeah. And what I like about this guy, Kwame, his name was, he, bless his soul, because he's not very well, but that brother, when I met him, he was the only person I would move with. I wouldn't move with nobody else in a Swindon, because Swindon was a place where you had my generation, but the next generation is like 5-6 years down behind.
So
Do you understand?
big gap.
Swindon's a
Yeah, there's
very
big gap, and him scattered.
yeah, they're very kind of
like
backwards.
Barton
No
and Swindon.
no disrespect to you know what I'm saying, but they're very
Yes.
they're not very in tuned.
They're very divided in that way. By the way, we used to move on with him and everything. And this guy, right, he's a guy who was doing engineering for a company, and in the end he had enough of that, so he started to write his own Rasta magazine, yeah, with knowledge and understanding with certain things in there. And then before you know it, he attracted the job and went to university to teach. And then before you know it, after that, he was now teaching in Oxford University.
Right.
Powerful brother, you know. Anyway, one time he had he's got this thing he wanted me to paint for him, like a plaque. He said, Culture, I'm going to do this thing for me. I said, yeah man. 1 year passed, me no bother. 2 years coming in. So one time he come now and he had the brushes, all the equipment for me to do this picture. Yeah? There's no excuse.
Yeah.
So I painted this picture. After I done this picture for him, you know, I had a line of people, corridor, and people coming, I want one. And that's kind of how my career kind of started. And then I painted a lovely plaque for my sister in the early 80s, a Earthstrong plaque, but it was like painted of Jamaica, because those days we didn't have artifacts and wonderful pictures of our culture on our walls. Yeah, because there was no market for that. Really. So, unless you bring it when you go, whatever. So then I was painting like Jamaican map and putting all the history on it, get all the paint writing. Cause my baby mother, she does the paint writing, and I do all the painting. You see, so I done one for my sister in London. Like I said, she lived in the Brixton area, and wow, I gave it to her. 2 days later, she phoned me, "Hey, bruv, you see that painting what you do for me?" I said, "Yeah. You're going to have to go make 15 more, you know, because all my sister friend come here, you know, they want one. They might chop off my hand if me don't get it for them, you know. So please make 15 more." So I made them. And when I start making them, a Rasta man come to the house, and he has a shop in Brixton in the heyday. So he come, my sister set him up before me, and he wanted me and Rupert was sale and return, making stuff for this shop, even back then. So even if we're full of confidence, because even if a man said, "Boy, I don't like your styling, I don't like your painting," fine. Because at the time, Gloucester was a country bunking. It was a real country bunking place. You didn't have Quesley, you didn't have Abermead.
It must have been small.
None of that.
For
You understand?
real.
Right.
No Quedgley and that.
So therefore,
Wow.
painting these pictures and so forth. He had a shop, 12 Tribe shop, Rasta shop in Brixton in those heydays, and we were supplying him, and we were making money in our London shop and in our Burnham shop, called Culture, the Culture shop in our Burnham, So even if people told us that we you know, you can't make much money out of this, we was doing all right, you know what I mean? We was doing all right, and plus it's going out to an international, the capital of London. So no matter if a man said, "Boy, that one all right, but this one all right," that's fine. Because at the end of the day, you could tell me that the whole lot is rubbish. It don't matter to me, because I'm selling my stuff to the capital. Back in the country bunking days. We're not now really. They don't even know where Gloucester is.
Yeah.
You see? So between me and Rupert, because we can't leave Rupert out because he's not very well. So
Pick him up, man.
yeah. So we have to bless him every time.
Legend as well.
But big things we do as pioneers in Afroweed town. When we was going to schools and colleges and universities, which I still do, but when we was first doing it and going to Gloucester, going all over the place, people said, "Is there black people in Gloucester?" And they say, "Yeah, man. It's a proper colonization. We have a full year of them. See them where, you see?" And they couldn't believe it, right? And all that. But when we started to go more often, because remember, we're ambassadors for Gloucester, because they didn't even know. When we do a good show, they think, "Oh, where you guys from then?" You understand? They love the show and all that. So what was happening now, every time we go to a big show now, they must say the first we're sitting. You understand? Because that was the negative.
Yeah.
Clouded Gloucester to lose its own reputation for anything arts. You understand, Richard? It's like a cloud we have to fight through.
For real.
Level.
I can imagine.
So we're going out there doing our thing and really making people sit up to our works. But the great thing about it is, one time me and Rupert, we go to Birmingham to go to big shows and special schools and things like that. All of a sudden, just to show you how my career happened, you know, internationally, you know. All of a sudden, there happened to be the Minister of Culture and the Minister of Education from Malta. He's looking around the school. He sees us performing, doing our art, doing everything what we do as magic, as we say. And the man said, "I think we need you guys to come to Malta. within 3 weeks and get the ticket, everything, chalet, everything. And we were in Malta for 3 weeks. And we done every school in Malta. They came to the art centre. This was 2001. They came to the art centre, which is called St. James for the Cavalier of Arts. And it was a Millennium Project. And I'm proud to tell you this, we were the first black, let alone Rasta, to go there because it was a Millennium Project. It's an art centre built inside a castle. And the lift, when you go up on the lift, is a hexagon lift, glass. So remember, you're in an art centre. So when you're going up, you can look all the way around and see paintings on the wall. All the way, you understand? In that kind of way. So it's state of the art. So all the schools came to us from the island for us to do this thing. And then every weekend now, we'd have a big concert and it was sold out every time. And it was such a great time for us, a great time. And then,
that's wicked.
And then the biggest thing, because, you know, I'm jumping things a bit, but one of the biggest things what me and Rupert ever did, Princess Anne, yeah, Save the Children, yeah, they come to us. It was a wicked time. That time we see them sent up at Charles Street. They come see what we are doing. And love what we are doing. So what happened was, and the lady was called Barbara, I forget her last name, Barbara something. And she was part of the Save the Children, yeah. So now we're going to build. We've got a contract, massive contract to build. The theme is, when English people goes to Jamaica, they only go to the rich part. They don't really know the poor side of Jamaica. So every time when you hear people come from Jamaica, where have you been? Yeah, Orchie. Yeah, where you been? You see? So it's always that kind of stereotype to us because, you know, the most beautiful part of Jamaica is up in the hills and all them and waterfall and all them in areas which the tourists wouldn't go there, yeah, because we have family there, right? Right. So therefore, we had to build a massive shanty town. We've got the photos and everything to prove it. Inside, listen to this. I'm proud. When you see me, I smile. Even though I'm welling up because I'm thinking, wow, what a project it was. Inside, Cheltenham Racecourse, one massive, massive marquee, yes? And we're now going to build our own shanty town, proper shanty town out of zinc. We went to a farm and we get hundreds of zinc. And then I got, Roy Morgan. Bless his soul, his father's passed away. Love him to bits because he was a wicked saxophone player. A lot of people don't know this. Wicked saxophone player. But we hired him to come and be part of the project so that we make sure it's very authentic. The shanty town, the tin bat, the clothes on the line, proper Jamaican, yeah? Authenticness for the poor, yes? Zinc. You know, you have the alleyway, you can't go to the back. We created it tremendously. We had a stage, everything. Yeah. So when we done that, and it was for the Pentecostal church, it was some millennium celebration for them, yeah? But at the same time, big film and Uganda, some big film crew, which we never knew who they were at the time. And when we went there to do it, the first two people, this is what was the greatest part about it, right? But before I finish, bless him soul, he's not with us no more. We had a brother called Uri. He's like a cousin, come from Jamaica, and he come part of the project. And what happened was, he made it so authentic because he's got 6 months. He's come to England for 6 months, so he comes a part of the project. We're paying him thousands of pounds, you know, right? Okay. When we finished the project, we lost him because he lost his life in Jamaica on a car accident where, you know, Jamaica's everything is DIY. He's taking it a big engine out. Yeah, instead of using a jack, because we don't, you know what I say? We're doing it in a different, you know, they don't have the equipment, so they use what they got. And they use like a big rope to jack up the something, and he's underneath, and the rope slip where him nut it or whatever, and kill him. But that brother was up wicked, because when he was going on the plane, he said, Culture, we can't stop laughing. He said, why is that? He said, me, I go back to Jamaica and I get to go tell the people. He said, we go pay shanty town in England, I get paid enough money for it. Then I go believe.
For real, for real.
So anyway, once we done that, Princess Anne come there, gave us the blessings of what we did there. Reggae music, soul system vibe, everything go on, bands, everything go on. Anyway, so, but when we was doing it, the lady who was doing it said to us, Culture, Rupert, I want this to be very authentic. So I shouldn't be doing this, but I want to give you every money you need for this, so we get good money for doing this thing, and a good contract, which really is out of bounds. But we didn't know at the time. Because after we finished it, and even though it was successful, she had to resign and go to Scotland and go live. Because she gone over budget, you see, and before they push her. You understand? Yeah, but what a woman stick up her neck for we. You see, so you can't say, other people who are not black, not good. Because there's good people in everybody, but, they come in different forms and shapes and colour, innit? Yeah, so anyway, so after that, when we done this thing, the first two women came in, two Jamaican women came in to see what we built, the shanty town, the poor side of Jamaica. When they came in, it was so funny. One lady said, "Oh, well, the Rasta go away, but they might make us look like we're poor." Oh, they might build up all their foolishness around there. And then the other lady, which was her friend, said, "I don't know what part you come from." "Oh yeah, the Rasta boy them get it good, man, because this is it remind me of back home." You see, so this is how controversial things are amongst ourselves. You understand, Bridget? So anyway, to not even get what the theme was about, is to show the poor side of Jamaica, not the pretty.
What everybody knows anyway.
You understand? So anyway, the greatest part of it all, to finish the story, was that when we go to Jamaica now, me and Rupert and Bridget. Hey. As soon as we come off the plane and we start walk, everybody know we. And I couldn't understand why. Because the film crew, what came there was songs of praise. And if you know about songs of praise, the gospel, because remember it's a Christian thing, the gospel thing is a big thing in Jamaica. Big thing. Big channel for that. Yeah? So no matter where we go, I might just say, "Hey, Natty, I know you see on telly." And at the time, I'm saying, and then Rupert give me a lick on my leg. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And then Rupert explained it was for Songs of Praise, because Songs of Praise is an international thing, isn't it? Seen all over the many countries. So no matter where we go, but the funny part, me see, because they're from Jamaica, I'm saying, "Cuz, but I know you miss it on TV in Jamaica. Don't it?" I say, "Yeah, man." He say, "You know much people may show off." I say, "Oh, because if I'm England." So when we went there, we didn't expect that type of
course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no matter where we got, people recognized us. And it's just amazing because it came to the time when they were saying to Rupert, "Which part of Jamaica you come from?" They thought we was actually born there. You know what I mean? No, they said that to Rupert because he's got more than Jamaican accent in it, more than me. Because me look at Gloucester accent, they're going to come out and they're going to go, "No." You understand, Bridget? So, but at the same time, it was a blessing to go there. And we went to Trenchtown, by the way. When we went as part of the Missionary, we used to do part of the contract there, part of the contract in Jamaica. And remember, they might pay for everything, everything covered in that version. And we went to Trenchtown for 1 month. But Rupert went for 2 weeks, go back, and me stayed for 1 month, but me stay at Rupert Mother Yard. Yeah? And bless us, so Miss Mark. Yeah, I love the elderly people, man, because there's always something special about them. So when I was staying at our house, let me share a nature with you. I was staying at our house. I was indoors. She outdoors. I put out 2 clothes. "Come, Lee, quick, Lee, come. So we rush outside, and what it was, there was this hummingbird hovering. And you can't see the wing them, is it? Because like 1,000 miles an hour. And there was a lizard who got the tree. So every time the lizard got the tree, the hummingbird peck him. But when the hummingbird peck him changed like the bark of the tree, like it brown. And then when they peck him again, him changed like him green. You see? Like a chameleon type of thing. Yeah. All the way up. And she said to me, bless her soul, said, "Culture, what you seen today is once in a lifetime what you see. Now anybody can say them see what we see today." Spirit, man. Yeah, spirit. You know what I mean? Love my people, man. Sure. But yeah, so we went to Trenchtown and we done our projects there. And it was good because we bought 100 exercise books and pencils for the school. Because when we went 2001, in the ghetto, as Slate and chart them I use. You see? And I'm just I get computer. But the only way I can explain how they just about get a computer is like you have Shire Hall now. And them have them old computer, them have a new. So we take the old one them. and came to the youth and the road. So that's how we do it type of thing. But what makes it so brilliant, I've got a sister called Paulette, and she is the community project for all the parishes in Jamaica. She's got degree after degree after degree. Yeah. So when I first went to Trenchstone and the people there, because she's helped the people them through projects, sewing projects and building projects and so on and so on. When I told them that I'm Paulette's sister, they rushed me sister and said, "How you hide that from me? Me never know your brother was a ras." Wow. Which was a great honor to me. But yeah, so it was a great experience. So anywhere I've been, somebody's seen the good in me, like I performed somewhere, and they said to me, "Kulture, we want you to go to Uganda as a missionary." I've been a missionary, a manager in a missionary work in Uganda, 2010, 2011. 3 months I went.
Yeah?
Yeah, 3 months. When I went there, my role was to help the poor people. I went to a place called Bukugulu Village and all these places. Yes.
Wicked experience.
This is Uganda. Yeah. Massive experience for me. But remember, I'm a manager for sustainable projects. So what happened is, when I went there, I basically, for the charity, which is called Black Pebbles, the charity African Black Pebbles, I've got money in my back pocket, so to speak. Yeah, to help anybody me think who want to do something, and me say me can help them to get to that next level type of thing. Yeah, only way I can explain it is like I see a farmer and you can see they work so hard and they get very little, and I thought, wow, they haven't got a lot of cattle, they haven't got a lot of goats. So I went to the market and bought 3 goats for the price of 2. 1 man goat and 1 pregnant woman goat. So she have baby I come to, kid I come to. See? So I'm buying 3 goats for the price of 3 for 2. Yes?
Yeah.
So I give it to the husband and the wife so they can start a breeding program. Yes? So when I go back next year, any of them eat off. There's no more money to come. They've done what I've asked them to do. Keep multiplying. And then give it to a farmer who don't have none, or give someone who less fortunate, and keep it going. Then I'll have more money to give to you for the next thing, what you need.
Yeah.
Because you're showing that you are
Yeah.
with the project. Great example is, I went to Bukagula Village. I went to Bukagula Village, and the people there rush me because they don't say me come from this charity. I'm a missionary worker, but a manager for it. So they said to me, "Where the money there? Where the money there? Where the money there? Where the money there?" I say, "There's no money for you for come." "Yeah, but we need some beehives." I say, "Beehives? Don't worry, man. Me sort you out, man. But you're not getting no money from me. But you get your beehives, right? Me smart." There was a very good example of a farm what's doing their things proper with proper projects and certain things, because it's like if you went to Africa, you could go there, right, and they give you food and everything, yeah, and you have a place to stay, but you might have to go dig garden, you might have to do this, you might have to do that. That's part of the project to help. Yeah, that's what they do. Brilliant project, and these guys know their stuff. Anyway, so what I did, I got a coach, went go see the man them in another part of another area of the village. Give them the money to go to Bukagulu village to train them how to make their own beehives. Yeah? Listen to this. So we may bring my brethren down there, that's now, and he must show that before he start. So Kulture, so how we going to make the beehive? I said, you're standing on it. The beehive was made from corrugated zinc. So when the people are saying, give me money, and I'm standing up on the zinc, we know where the resources is. Right there, so. Do you understand? We just need a man for sure to bend it, shape it, cut it.
And all them sitting there, of course,
yes.
of course.
But what I did, I gave them, because I could see that there was a very good, sensible project, what they're doing. Give the money to the people who are really do it. Yes? So when they come and do it, yes, sir, they've left the skills with them.
Yeah.
So now they can do it themselves. Yeah? More than me, just I give them money, I just buy one ready-make.
Yeah.
So this is just giving you just a taster of my trip. And then when I went on the radio, I went to a place called Lira, upper region, right? And when I went up there, I was supposed to meet these Rastafarians from the hills. It's different now because there's a lot of Jamaicans there. When I was there was no Jamaicans there. There's
Right
no
now,
Rasta there, no.
I can imagine.
But what happened at the time, these Rastas, we made a meeting to say I'm going to meet them and talk to them, see what they might do, see if there's any way I can help, and so on. They didn't turn up. And for the journey I had to make was like hours. I remember when you talk about patrol and all them something they come like duck pan. You understand, Bridget? You drive round it. Yes. And sometimes you get blown out because the tire them never good in the first place because it's the second hand type of retread or whatever you call it. You understand? That's when we got you. So we got make decks and make up nice and make up on street corner, you know.
Yeah.
One brother said, "What's up then?" I said, "Where you from?" I said, "Jamaica, man. My people, I ain't where I come from, but the extension of my people are from Jamaica." Anyway, got talking. Said, "Come with me." He bring me straight on the radio station. That's what they call it, on a little laptop. And then we start cussing off on the radio.
Yeah.
These Rasta, so-called Rasta, said they might meet me. Because me, I try to help them. I was trying to even give them funding or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah? But they live up in the hills, right? And they don't really only come down. So lack of knowledge, right? So me go there, me cuss. And then I left jingles there as well. I left jingles for the radio station. Wicked. Uganda, Jamaica, love Ugandan. That got some lyrics. Them left. I feel so proud. I hope it's still, the jingles are still there. Maybe it's update, of course, now. But anyway, at that time, when me come out of the studio and me get back on the road, me get crowded by people. "Hey, Rasta man, are you from Jamaica? I say, "Yeah, man, man, are you there on the radio?" I say, "Yeah." "Well done, you said everything was supposed to be said." "Yeah, them Rasta are bugger." "A fire." Yeah, them Rasta there, them is wolf, them are shout out, you know. Not me, you know, these people. Because they heard my story, come all the way to come and see these guys, and they never turned up, you see. But I went on the radio station, and it was a great experience for me, you know, to be on a radio station. And you have to remember, Bridget, it's not easy to go to Africa. It's harsh realities. 45 degrees, you know. Every day, you know, Bridget. It's not easy. One time, let me give you a joke. One time, because remember, we go from December time and come back about March or whatever. I can't remember, no, but them time there. When December time I come, I said, "Boy, this is hot, you know, Bridget. Let me turn on the news of England and see what go on." So when we turn on the news of England, everything stopped dead because they had all about ice, all about snow.
Cold.
People couldn't go to work and all that. I said, "What may I complain for?" I just turn off the go back and enjoy myself and just find out.
You're complaining about the heat and all of that.
Just cool down. You know what I said, Richard? Yeah, man. Me live the life, man, because at the end of the day, let me say, everything I've done in my life, I've not taken that money out of my pocket to go on a plane. Going to Ghana, I did. That's the first time. I find it very weird because the British Embassy has sent me to these places, what I'm telling you about.
True.
The British Embassy sent me to Uganda. So Babylon over there, so no, yeah? See a Rasta man, that. Friday come, because they want to get paid. Because when them say a tourist, which I'm not a tourist, I don't go there to be tourist. I go to live like them, to really find out how hard it is for them and all that stuff. That's what I do. So when the police boy come to me, you know, and said, "Where's your passport?" I said, "I don't need to bring my passport out or anything like that. Me are important business." He said, "Come on." And come on, and try to hold me. So the tour guide who was with me all the time, Mr. Solomon, talk this man I come tell me, say me need my passport and everything. He want to arrest me because I not show no ID and all that. I said, "Don't worry, Culture." He just bring their brother to one side and say, "Listen, if you want to know about Culture Lee, come to my house and I will show you, what you call it, because it's old fashioned now, a copy, you know, when it goes through. What do you call it?
The
again?
facts thing.
Yeah, facts.
Okay.
I can show you the facts of
Old school.
Yes, yeah. I'll
me
show you the
fax it to
facts
you.
of all MCV.
Yeah.
Everything.
Old school.
By the way, this British Embassy sent him here. So if you got any problem, come on me out and me show you all references you want about this man here. Yeah? Because all he want to do is, me not have the passport for me, arrest me, me have to pay money, you know, not go to the prison because you got alternative, you know, because I will always say to you, you know, if you don't want to get locked up in a penitentiary, you have anything to give me, sir. And that's how it works when you've been paid on a Friday and you're broke now because everything paid for. So you're just looking for tourist fee. If you make a wrong move or too fast in a car, you understand? Yeah, that's how it goes, Rasta. That's how it goes, you know. But through my career, that like I said, it's been very hard because, like I said, the sus law, when the police used to arrest us, the sus law really meant if you're suspicious, they got every right to search you and all that type of stuff. So it was difficult for us when we were growing up because all the time we're visible, So when Irish people used to say to me, Culture, we gone through what you got through. I said, yeah, you've been through certain things. Me know that civil rights and certain things in Ireland. Me know all them things there. But guess what? You can't be us because because at the end of the day, if you don't speak, somebody might think that you're English. I don't speak. I'm visible. The first thing I'm going to say, which country you come from? And that's what I loved about Malta, because there was a woman, great story, this woman, right, changed my life entirely. This woman come out of the crowd, and the husband says, don't go down and shame yourself, don't go down. This is what my friends was telling me. And she come down and said, can I speak to Culture Lee, please? I said, yes, you can. So she started speaking to me. She said, I know you're talking Rasta language and your Jamaican language, but what part of Gloucestershire you come from? Because I can hear your Gloucester accent sticking out at the seams. And I said, Gloucester? She said, I was right, no wonder. She said, why did you ask me that for then? She said, because I married a Maltese and I was born in Farsadine. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, all through my career, anytime me go out and do things, people always ask me which country me come from. They can't believe say England me born. But this woman never asked what country I come from. She could distinctly hear the edge of our Gloucester accent, our R's or whatever it is. Yes? I said, what part of Gloucester you come from? And I loved that for one reason, because I was getting tired when I was younger, when people kept asking me, do you come from here? Do you come from here? You know what I mean? When you're born here.
Yeah.
In that kind of way. But then, through the ages, you let go all them things there. But at the same time, like I said, these are the things what we've had to really deal with all the time, you know what I mean? And especially, I was this is a tough one for you guys. It was tough for me to even tell you this one. I was 11. I was 11, going 11. Me and our brethren, English friend, called the Clutterbuck family. One of my brethren called Clutterbuck. We walked through, Checkers Bridge underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
And we walked past this, Do you remember Red Lion Pub? You might be too young to know.
Faintly still.
Where it was, it's where...
I know what you're on about now.
Those flats.
Yeah.
You remember Indian Pub?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Indian
I know what
pub.
you're talking. Yeah.
Road the corner,
I know the pub you're talking.
yes, Red Lion Pub. Well, what happened was, the woman, this is a horrible story. We was walking, police arrest us, and we were underage. And we go to the Barton Street cells in Barton Street, the Babylonian and this, because that was more of that kind of Babylon thing was going on there, more than Beerland where you have today. Anyway, so we get locked up, right? Our parents have to collect us now. But what happened was, we've been accused that we took, we went into the Lions Pub, one black boy, one white boy, right? Went into the Lions Pub and thief the woman, the bar lady. She had her purse on the side, and we thief it. But we not take nothing. We don't know nothing about it. Yeah, nothing at all. So, and they're looking for the suspects now. One black, one white. It just happened to be with one of my white brethren in them. Just like the business. Jump on we go in there now. Boom, boom. What happened then? His father come and bail him out because we had to get what it was. The lady who was accusing us. This was happened on a Sunday because I remember it like yesterday. Happened on a Sunday, but next week Friday, she's going to come. We got to go like a parade. They got to witness. They got to see if I win. You get me? Yeah, the two of us have to stand up and then the woman look through the window and see if I win or not. Anyway, from Sunday to Friday, that was the most frightening nightmare I had in my whole life. Because number one, my father take me do it, of course. Things say we do it. We said, look, we never do it, we never do it. And obviously him say, Henio, and I always remember when he said it, put the frighteners at me. Henio, on Friday, the woman come tell me, say, I will not go rob take the person and that. Me, I put you in a home. So, whether you believe in, I said, sister, whether you believe in anything, God, whatever, all I do is me bend upon my knees and all me I say is, God, please don't tell me, make the woman say me on the Friday there. Please, every day me I say my prayers. And that me I say. Me a beg the father said, tell the woman say I know me, cause I know me. You see? So of course, couldn't sleep when the day came. Could not sleep. Can you imagine? And you get beaten because your father was concerned. You're in trouble.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Right. So then, on the Friday, my father take time off for work. Can remember? When we go down there, and the woman look on the two away. The black and me and my white brethren. Yeah. Sorry, love. They was much older. Sorry, love. Soon as she said that, and then she gone. Me father, because of the guilt. Because of the guilt of, thinking it was me kind of thing, and the beating and all that. And get some mad in the police station and start cuss some Jamaican bad word me don't want to say on the radio, on the podcast, because it was like that. And the policeman said to my father, if you cuss one more than bad one, I'm going to arrest you. Come on, Dad, come on. And I had to pull him. I had to pull my father away. Because the guilt, don't you see? The guilt, not believing your son. Huh?
Of course.
Hey, this, tears in my eyes, Bridget, because it was tough. You know what I mean? Because any other woman want make stupidness about it and tell me, say, I would have been in a home and I would have been a worse person for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because one time I got kicked out of my house. One time my parents kicked me out of my house because one time all my brethren, half of the brethren we grew up with, Desmond and all of them. And what happened, even though I don't do them things, I'm not supposed to do them things, but we used to play a card and all that, play money. So one time they come at my yard, and my father come from work half day, which me never realize. And we upstairs, I play music, we are doing things, and everything nice. Me I hear the door, Leroy, what you having in there? So by the time me turn up the music even higher, like me not hear him. Yeah? And for me two friends, them two persons, them say, what we gonna do? And next minute, come pie! For me father just kick off that door and say, right, then the whole of them come out of this yard and never come back. He told me never to come back. I couldn't even pack a bag. Get out. Serious. And I don't blame him because, I'm disrespecting the house when I look back at it now. But at the same time, I'm pushing the buttons because now I'm 16, 17. Yeah, boy, no, me, I'm at no. But you ain't there yet. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Right. So, me, Depan, if you know Legendton Roberts, one of my good friends, Legendton Roberts, what happened was, me, I sleep like surfer. Me, I sleep on your yard, on the sofa. Because I don't know where my destiny is now. Because I'm kicked out. That's it. That's the end of me. After 3 days, Legendton come to me and said, Lee, my mother come at me yard and find me, and tell me, say, you get home right now. She don't want you on the street. She wants you home. She said, don't worry, your father not doing nothing. And him said, don't worry, because my mother sat you out with him, because it must have been one big argument, for when he said, me don't want him back here. And you understand?
Yeah.
But my mother, with fear of strength, said, we want him back here, because if we don't come back here, we're going to lose him, and then all the gangster, whatever, they're going to fall in all them, something there. So thankful for my mother, because here I am. Here I am. You know what I mean?
So what does the future hold for you?
The future? Yeah. Well, I want more people like to keep doing your thing so I can keep putting a smile on my face, because there's times I feel sad in a place like this, where everywhere I go I see, even when I went to Ghana, and I went to all the cultural centers and seeing wonderful artists doing art, like my age group type of thing. But they've got 4 or 5 apprentices, young people coming behind them. Yeah. We want young people to be like you guys doing your thing. You're the next one to find people behind you. You see? Yeah, bringing them through, because they've never had the tuition through school, learning your culture, and so on and so on and so on. You see? But the future for me is give thanks for wealth. But wealth is not wealth, it's health and strength is the wealth. Yeah? Because me a 63-year-old. We know how long we can't carry on. We know say Rupert, dip on the sidewalk. So me I try to do my best to keep my body going, because great things are happening to me every day in my work. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to be in Kent in a couple of weeks' time. Then I'm going to Bestival Festival. Then I'm going to Cirencester to do a 3-day festival, Land Alliance, which I'm one of the ambassadors for. About land, because there's a lot of things about that in its own political sense. Why, our parents and why we was put into slavery because of land, and how Africa is a place where we got all the resources and it comes here every day. Flowers, tea, you name it. Cotton. Yeah, all the pretty clothes you have. Where did they get the cotton from? Chinese.
All of this.
Okay. Yes, thank
All
you.
of this, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because when it comes to the high technology stuff,
All of that.
that stone, 90% of the minerals
that,
to
yeah.
make all these gadgets
This year.
are from Africa. 90%, you know, Bridget. Right. So it's like I said, it's a scramble for Africa. Everybody want peace. So it's like where the colonization happened all those years ago, everybody cut them slice of cake. We colonize and say, I fit them country that. Now it's coming another way, but business, capitalism, you know what I mean? In that way, yeah. So, but the future for me is I'm trying to build with Ryder them and all that because I'm looking to have a place down the Olympus. I'm getting a big spot down there, and I want to have it for a drum club, drama club, because some of my storytelling, I want to turn them into drama. Get a sponsor where I can sponsor having children for 9 weeks training or 10 weeks training to get them to the level, and then we put them into a platform on theatre to do our own things, because what I'm saying to guys like you is this is the most important thing I want from you guys, and I want you to keep sharing it. The most important word we have in our culture is roots. People don't get it. I get it once so much that I keep educating people about it. Roots mean, as an anagram, return of one true self. That's what roots mean. Return of one true self. If you can't be yourself, who is pulling your strings? Who are you? Who are you? You see what I mean? Because you got people come follow. Not true. Copy, pirate. But who are you? Are you original? You know what I mean? So, yeah, roots is a wonderful word because it means return of one true self. Now,
know your roots, them.
Now, when I went to Cape Coast in Africa, and I went to the dungeon where they had all the slaves, yes? There's a door. A lot of people know about it, and it's called the door of no return. Yeah, no return. So once you get through that door, you're ready to be shipped off now on the ship. And Brazil has got the biggest population what came out of Africa from that atrocity. I don't know if you know this. Yeah, Brazil is the biggest amount. And then America, and then Caribbean. Because remember, the Caribbean, every island has still kept their African traditions. Whether it's Jankono, they have so many different, whether it's a carnival, a festival, or a ceremony. Like the Abeng with the Maroon people. Abeng is well renowned in Nigeria as the Kawan. Yeah, and it still follows today of that tradition. So all these things, say like Bob Marley, I use the kente drum, boom, boom, fly away home. Well, all these music was made on drums before they was electrified. You know what I mean? Just sitting down in the hills, coming up with your spiritual side and bringing things out of you you didn't even know you had. You know what I mean? And this is how these things happen for us. Because, remember, because of the atrocity for them 500 years,
The ancestor powers, I call
it's
it.
squashed. Because when I was over there was a lot of people from England, Jamaica live there now. Ghana, and Shaka lives in Gambia. So it's like that right now. It's fulfilled things which we never thought would ever happen. When you listen to the music, go back to that repatriation and all that, people might think it was a fantasy, but it become a reality in a way you wouldn't even think that would have ever happened. So yeah, give thanks to see all these things. So, but forward for me is to keep teaching, but what I'm trying to do is work with the Arts Council, because remember, I just told you, I'm doing schools all over the place, but not my own town. I'm absolutely not gutted, but disappointed with it. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing big things in big schools, yeah? And I can't even give back the expertise, the love,
back to your hometown.
The diverse of the culture, you see? Because when you got your African side and you got your Jamaican side and you got your English side, I can always show those three in my way, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why it works for me and it should work for other people, that we should always be diverse in everything what we're trying to do. In other words, learning from other people's cultures, and then sometimes you could look at other people's culture. Oh, yeah, I relate with that. That's similar to my own in that way.
Of course.
Or that symbol.
Of course.
Or this symbol. Yeah.
So before we end it in that,
Yes.
Have you got any social media? Man, don't really know if the rest up on social media now, them sitting there. But
I've got my email. I am trying to get myself up to that level, but because I'm so old school,
So you haven't got Facebook?
I've got Facebook,
Right.
but you can always get me on Facebook. Yeah, you can get me on Facebook.
Yeah, can you tell the people them the Facebook?
Yeah. Because remember, I have many projects, you know. I have my own project called Togetherness Gardens. And we have children that come there to learn because kids don't even know where seeds come from. You know, when I first started, kids
Imagine that.
when we was digging up carrots out of the ground, one kid said, Culture, I thought carrots came out of a tin.
Ah!
Yeah. And
See what
that's
I'm saying?
Inspired me to run this project. Do you see what I mean? It's the kids what's inspiring.
Imagine how many kids, though.
We don't want
Imagine
these
how many
kids. They should be, you know, I'm a man of 63. For all the knowledge I had, if I had to start all over again, by the time I'm 50, I would have been there with all the technology and everything. Because you have to remember, back in the day, I didn't have no internet for the whole world to buy my pictures or Rupert's pictures.
True.
I had to go on road. I used to have 2 bags. Yeah.
For real.
And I used to go to bonfire to get the wood.
Remember all the times when
Cut
it was
it
like
down, paint a picture, put a frame around it.
Remember those times when it was like the fair?
Oh,
The fair's
yes.
not the fair. How like
No, not like how
See,
it used
back
to be.
then.
30 years I run.
And let me tell you lot this.
30
'cause
years
my
of
memory
walk,
is
I think.
wicked. You know when the toilets was there.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you lot know
We
this.
used to call that little Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
sound system sat around
All
there.
right.
I feel like a front
Everything.
line back.
See when it was the
And
fair
he
time.
said that. Can I explain how it started?
The pit, them man there just did it.
Yeah.
Everyone did.
When we first was young, this is what happened. When we were young,
Old school.
where I'm coming from, I was a white kid in black skin because all my friends were white in the area I came from, even though it was the back of High Street, yeah? Okay. When I left school, the one of them get job. Me not get no job. You don't get job. You don't get job. So all of a sudden, the black community was created because we're all in the same boat. So we all clump up together, and we used to hang out. At Gloucester Park, CAF.
Okay.
Gloucester Park, CAF. That was the front line for everything. You understand? And Babylon tried to arrest people in there, you know. Everybody have a pool ball ready for throw up. And Babylon couldn't arrest nobody in there, you know. When we in there, you know, pop up. Them come out of there. Yeah, that's how bad it was. But anyway, I said to myself, one time I just got up out of my bed and think, you know what? You know, I feel it in carnival and we don't have no input. Me, I go in there, go put my thing up and put my thing up. Then, like said, like a man like you know, said, God, is it okay if I bring the sound system? Yeah, man, bring it. And then you say, boy, can we bring a barbecue? Yeah, man, bring the barbecue, man. And that's how it started.
Okay.
But culture started.
Yeah.
That's the far I know.
Yeah.
And it was my store what started. And it's a wonderful story because if you know the Iltons, you know the Iltons? Mikey Hilton and all them man them?
The name rings a bell, so.
Yeah, well, he got a bigger brother called John. And because I was doing it at the Gloucester Park for years and years and years, he was a director of working with boys what's been kicked out of school,
Right.
most vulnerable. And he had his place in Linden, a white area, yeah, next door to a police station. So if they might kick off, kind of go next door and lock them up, you get me? So anyway, well, I'm proud because this is what we should be doing if we were in a position. In that time, I was living in Parliament Street and I lived in the basement and I had a shop in my basement, believe it or not. Yeah, I lived there, but I had my shop in the basement. So he come down there and said, Lee, I want to have a word with you. So he sat on the step and I won't forget it. He said, I know what you can do. I just start this big thing, you know. I want you to be the art teacher for this project I've got in Lindley. I want you to just name your price, name this the program, what you're going to put and everything, and the job is yours. Now, when I went there, the job was mine. But what was so good about it, everybody else what went there to get a job, they had to put on jacket and tie to impress him and show big CV and all that. I not to show none. Because I was in my community, like you just said, doing it year after year after year after year. He knows what I was about.
That's right.
Don't you see?
That's right.
Because action speaks. We can talk a lot. I can talk for England, you know, because I'm like that. I love being amongst people. But what I'm saying is, sometimes I could talk as much as I want, but I'm like a snail. You'll still see a trail of positive stuff I've done through my life. Where man can't talk, and you still can't see no trail.
That's true.
You see what I mean?
That's true.
So therefore, you guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm
Yeah, I
so
respect
proud,
that.
especially
No, I
like,
respect it. I
yeah,
respect
Judah,
it.
son, and all that. Me and Judah were tight, because even though we ring each other, I would say, you know, we're brothers, man, because what we have to go through, because we both got arrested. Do you know the story? Okay, when they used to have Woolworths, right? When they had Woolworths, last story, we went to Woolworths. we were, like I said, unemployed, all the blacks. So we used to go to town just to have a loaf. Yeah? Some of the man, they might go to thief, but we know in that. Yeah? Right. We just a loaf, you know, if you see something. You know it goes. So anyway, so we was doing this regular. That was just like a little line for us just to be hanging out. The shoppers never liked it. The elderly white English people never liked it. Anyway, true story. So basically, once again, it's like me started in a way, but me never started. 2 Englishmen come with a bomber jacket on and jeans. And one of them bumped me, like him really bumped me off. I said, can you apologize, mate? And then the man called me some N-word or whatever. Matter undercover, you know, but me never know. So at the time we start these shows, me and David, you know. We start
Oh, the DK.
No, because remember, we're not looking no war. You walk past me and you're trying to knock me down. Can you apologize, mate? I don't want no war with you. So next minute, he might call me N-word and go for me. Me duck and give brother one lick uppercut. We just start to kick out. Yeah? And then days we used to wear some fashion shoes called duck mouth. So you can get a good kick out. But anyway, forget the violence. But at the same time, we're there, right? Fighting. And then all the other man them come. Because like we was there, like say 5 men ready to there. And then the rest of the man will come out of bed now, say 10 more men come in. So they come in and see the fight broke out. Everybody, so we have beat them up now, you know. All of a sudden, you know where the telephone booth and you can go outside back to the college used to.
Yeah.
The meat wagon was out there, full of police, so we never know. So we have beat them up. And then one of them managed to get them walkie-talkie, or them jack, and then them come in. Then come in now, over runway, yeah? Enough man runway. But who you think still did that fight 10 million of them? Not me and for your father.
Hey.
They have fight them till kingdom come. And then in the end, they obviously they got the better of us. And when they was bringing us to town, make shirt rip, the English people, when they're bringing through, by the time these blacks get locked up, you know, you can see these old deers, you know, looking at us like we're the scum of the earth and all them thing there. Anyway, yeah, so we both got locked up. And my father said to me, you know, when I was growing up, if you ever get yourself in trouble, they must have dashed where they came. If you come down, if you come beer and you. So what happened was we used to have the race relation. It was called Mr. Hack down Brunswick Road. Down Brunswick Road, you used to have the race relations down there. So all the man there, remember we were about 18, 19 when this happened? So when all the man them see what I go on, they say, but wait, but Culture never do no wrong. They better push him over now and then they might call him name and punch after me. And when you try to put your hand on me, you know we stay there. People. You know, when you put your hand on me. Anyway, so all of them went to Mr. Hack, told them what happened. Yeah? Tell him what happened and everything. So them are ball, you know, some of them have said, boy, they should be locked up and all this type of stuff. So then they go run on my mother's yard. The whole of them go on my mother's yard, go tell them the story, you know. And boy, but me see my father come up there, me I said, boy, we look at people. But through the man, I'm telling the story good.
You had to take a belief in
it.
You had to.
Yeah.
You had to.
My father said to me, ever get myself in trouble, don't even take me, I come bail you out. Yeah? But I didn't bring myself in no trouble. These people that try to put me in a trouble. You see? So I'm proud of my dad at that time to get me out without any nonsense of beating or whatever. But that time I'm growing up a bit bigger anyway. Yeah. So when they done that, we had a big court case. It was big spread on it. Black people loafed in town and this and that, causing havoc and all that, and nothing gossip. So we went to court. We nearly won the case. But what it was, one man may not call him there, but one man had a record long as your arm. And then twist him out and rinse him in and rinse him out. They said things they were supposed to say. If spoil the case. So they done us for loitering in the end, but they wanted us for bodily harm, assault. Hey, they were about five offences. You get me? That's what the sus law was like.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So me and Judah in a cell together in Bridget. After that crap went on. I think his dad came and bailed him out, and my father come on, yeah, that's right, and bailed me out. You know what I mean? These are the things we had to go through. So when people are more and more than I got through in that time, yeah, we try to set things. You know, we we thought, even racism, we thought racism was over. You know what I mean? But like field generation, man, we know it's even worse. But that time we never know social network,
Of course.
the world, Facebook, and all these things that come true. You see? It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, and that's life. Life is like that. Think about it. You have a car, and a man I drive. And I drive just forget from here to Beeve. And next man I drive, and my boy racer because he want race a man on the road. Yeah? So usually things when it starts as a good thing. And then it becomes either bad or too commercial for me, even me and you aren't touch. You know what I mean? So, yes, man. Because we want to keep it authentic in what we're about. Keep it authentic. Keep it real. I mean, the other day, I have to say this. I usually go to Glastonbury. I do Glastonbury a lot. These 15 times we do it, Anyway, when I saw the Glastonbury on the TV, they had this. I've never seen her before, and I was blown away. She's called Mix. With a Z on the end. Is it Mix? I think her name is Mix. It's a Nigerian girl. Oh, okay. Sims.
Oh, Sims.
No, Lady
okay.
Sims.
Sorry. Yeah, Little Sims. Yeah.
Never, I didn't know who the hell this girl was.
Little Sims, man. She's doing a thing right now.
I was ready to go to bed at my brethren's yard. It's on because he's got the big screen. And I was just there. I had to sit down and watch it. I thought, wow. I just like the way she mixed. I like the way they had the musicians. I like the way they had the DJ. I like the way their production.
Yeah, the production was spot on.
It's very now, isn't it?
It's spot on.
Yeah, I thought, wow.
The production has to be spot on for
That's
Little
the first time I
Sims
ever
right
heard
now.
of the woman. And I heard she's 28. I thought,
she's doing big. She's doing big things at the moment.
Yeah. So that's what I want to see my young people. Is make ownership of your own destiny in what you do. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can have a manager and all the rest of it, but without you, where's it going? You know what I mean? Yeah, a manager can bring you to certain places, because that's what I like about Mandela. When I had my shop in High Street, the Culture Shock, it was called the Culture Shock. And I always remember, right, that true story. I always remember when I was there, I had £1,000 bill to pay. How the hell am I going to pay this bill? I mean, I know. I fret. Two things happened that day. A man come, a drug lord came, offered me £1,000 to do them, we call it the pudding, matter. Right? That's what we call it. Yes? We wanted it to be a warehouse. Now I can't leave him. Now she And then he bombarded into my place. Yes? He wanted me to do this. And I said to him, but Bridget, how may I go tell the children? Because me I go tell the children, oh, God, that's all.
Yeah.
I'll be a bigger hypocrite than myself. How am I going to tell? What am I going to explain to the children? And you're the Bridget, this was the action. Remember, he bombarded into my place, It convinced that he's going to have me on his books. Yeah. And I said to him, but you know what I mean? He's a very cultural man, Me there for the community, And he says, true, He's a very cultural man. It's true, He's a very cultural man. It's true, You're a very cultural man. And he walked out backwards. What I'm trying to say is, he came in thinking he had me, because if you're weak, young people, money. Yes? It's easy to be spawned into that. And that's why we're into slavery. That's why we got into slavery. It's the same thing. We've been lured. You know what I mean? So he's trying to lure me into this thing. We said, no, sir, he's a cultural man. And he walked out backwards. He's walking out backwards into my shop. I feel proud to tell that story because he's rushing, expecting me to be. And guess what? There were certain guys who owed him money for all these things. I didn't pay. And some of them did frighten and hang himself at Gloucester Park. You probably know these guys. There was a guy who hanged himself at Gloucester Park because he couldn't pay the guy. You see? So all these things, you see, you're only strong as your weakest link. But what made me strong? Because I've got, I sell, those days I sold a lot of black books to the public, proper black books. So while I was saying, boy, how am I going to pay this £1,000? No, how am I going to pay this £1,000? We pick out a book, just pick up a book, and it was called The Famous Quotations by Famous Martyrs then, heroes and sheroes. And then I just, sometimes you could just open up a page and it's just there. And it said there, it's better to be ungoverned by yourself by to be governed by anybody else. In other words, if you really want to do it, look, you're doing something and you're not doing it right, but you love it. But if you really love it, you want to do it right.
Yeah.
So it's better to be ungoverned by yourself than to be governed by any else. Because if you really want it, you'll be governed by yourself proper in the long term. Because you will learn fast because the passion
that's
takes
true.
over.
That's true.
And
Still.
the great thing about passion, English people have to understand that when I'm talking, people think I shout. Sometimes when I'm trying to get my thingy bob across, because I don't think people listen enough, that I say to them, when you hear black people load, sometimes it's just the passion. It's not to do with violence or being aggressive. It's just the passion. Because sometimes people are not hearing us, and that's why silence is violence, and why we have Black Lives Matters.
I hear that still.
Yeah.
Differently though, still we're kind of gone over.
Yeah, gone over time with a little piece.
I'm enjoying it.
We've gone over time still.
I'm in my sofa.
Yeah.
And I relax with Mr.
I hear that
Ryan.
still.
Thank
We've
you
gone
guys.
over
You
time.
feel so
They've kind of been
like
on
I'm
us.
home. 'Cause, you know,
I did see them the first time.
Yeah, no, I know.
I
You
didn't-
come
I
through a
think-
couple of times.
yes.
But yeah, that's how we do the pod. There's comfortable settings,
Just got
conversation, and
we just got a different member. We just got a different member today.
No, but
We haven't
what
got
I
the
like about
usual. You know what I'm
As
saying?
much as I'm telling you things, you're
Oh,
telling
yeah,
me
yeah.
things what you remember about what we've done as
Yeah.
legacy with TB and Rupert.
Respect that still.
Just
Because, you know, if I don't get it from you, there's times I'm thinking, well, what the hell was I doing all this for?
yeah.
Do you
No,
know
we
what I mean?
remember.
So
We
when you
remember
get
all
that
them
kind of
things.
feedback,
Yeah, we know the
it's
foundation,
spiritual
man.
again,
We know
strong
the
again.
foundation. We know the
Doing it
foundation.
strong. 40 years, 4 decades I've been doing this, man.
There you go. There you go.
So I have to give thanks to Jah that, as a spiritual man, that, he's guided me. The great thing is, as a joke, when all the English kids I teach, they said to me, Culture, which football team you support? Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Ireland. I say, no, man, my team's stronger than that. I said, come on then, put us out of misery. What's your greatest team? My legs and my arms, because where I've been and where I've travelled and still doing it, wow, what a team. What a team. When some of my brethren, I was them free them. Some of my friends, them sick, with them back, they can't walk again. Yeah, all them thing there. I mean, that could happen to me tomorrow, but while the going is good, culture, me love adventure. Me's a man, what make me young is doing my adventures, going to London, going to different schools I wouldn't normally do, and meeting different people from different parts of the country all over the place. So I can't be a boring person at this age. People keep telling me how young I look, but what it is what make me young is doing what I love doing.
Yeah.
If you can do that, then it's not so much what looks like outside. It's how you feel inside. You're happy, no matter
That's
what
right.
you've been through. You know what I mean? Long slog.
But yeah, man, like I said again, man, respect for passing through.
No,
It's a
respect for
blessing,
coming
it's a
through,
blessing.
man.
Thank you
Respect
for your
coming
acknowledgement.
through.
Thank you
big
for
blessing,
your
you know.
acknowledgement. And why
Big
I'm
blessing,
really
big
thanking you,
blessing.
because all these stuff I've done in my town for so long, councils, mayors and whatever, I don't get that acknowledgement. So when I can get
Yeah,
people
come on, man.
on the ground,
With the truth.
no,
With the truth.
yeah, actually doing like this now,
With the truth.
publicly to make people know,
Yeah.
With the truth. With
it's
the
a wonderful
truth.
thing, because at the end of the day, it's been long gone that, oh yeah, please, if you go to the I don't call it independence because I don't like that word for the 60 years, because I don't see what we've done. But anyway, we call it Jamaican Day. The Jamaican Day,
Okay.
of a park.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a brethren, Russell Haynes, which is an artist. He's got a laptop, and at the moment, what we're doing blogs. We're going to say to people and get the mic and said, what comes to mind when you think of Rupert? Positive.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're supposed to say it. But because he's a white brother, I'm bringing him with me so that people don't feel, because he's not a black man, I agree.
Yeah.
But people come with the idea, so bring it. But I said to you, you better come with me, because I don't want people to think, oh,
Yeah,
no,
who's just
I'm
walking?
white.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And the thing is, what makes it so good is because, I don't know if you know, 2 times on the Facebook, they told us that Rupert was dead. 2 times, yeah. This is last year. 2 times them saying dead, I mean about dead. Right? So, and because he's not very well, we wanted to do this presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see it before. Yeah.
Because we don't want that happen to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're trying to get as much people, and I think that will be the platform that day when everybody will go to there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Just to show you, my work is not just about making money, it's about community projects and making the young people, because I have a lot of young people who are graffiti artists coming through, and they don't do school anymore because their art teacher is only doing curriculum stuff and they're not giving them a free hand to do any media they want in their art.
Yeah.
And they're dropping into school. 17 may top, so they only got 1 year left for school, they're 18. So their mums are bringing them to me.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find platforms for them, which I have been doing. You see? So this is what happens all the time. Because at the end of the day, I always say that I want to see you guys get more than what I did in life.
I respect that, man. Respect,
When
man.
my daughter's having a child in August, when I get that baby, when that baby born, me pick him up and I say, Kunte Kinte. And when we do that ritual for me is thinking, well, I want this child to have more than what I ever had in life. I want him to get a better life. And let's set it now so let him get a better life. You see? So when we got Kunta Kinte, I'm not just doing it just for a fashion thing.
Yeah.
Or just a cultural thing. I'm doing it to say, yeah, because anybody who have children, if you guys have children, you want that child to have more than what you...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Without the
100%.
crap. Try to avoid some of that and school them, talk to them, nurture them so that they can say, I got a great dad too. Because, you know, the kids I'm teaching, where's the dads in this? Some of them don't even know who their dads are. You know what I mean? Some of them are boxed from one like orphan place to another. Yeah, adopted
Yeah.
Keep on moving, and they're not getting nowhere. There's one girl come from Burnham. She went to this home, Burnham girl, and she wanted to straighten. She's a bad girl, and she wanted to straighten herself. And she got there. People are lining up, court, big drink and everything.
Yeah.
Big drink and everything. So she run away and check the media and tell them.
Take a picture.
And told people the news. This is the type of place they want me to come into. You know?
Yeah.
So some of the children are getting lost in the system and forgot about.
Mm.
You know? So this is the things which is so, you know, things you're trying to help and support. You can only do what you can do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's people lost. In other words, they never gone to school, never turned up, so nobody never worry about them. They left school now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From prison bud. You know what I mean? How you gonna survive? What are you gonna do? You know? It's difficult. It's difficult. Very difficult. So that's why training is always good. To be training the young ones all the time.
Yeah.
Because we as Rastafarians, we always say each one teach one. We can all learn from each other. We don't care if you're a picnic, baby, whatever. We can all learn from each other.